not with weapons, but with their own brand of compassion, integrity, and hard work. All they're asking is for you to join their movement. It's easy to join with a donation of $20, $50, or $100. And it's all for the nonprofit organization Relationships Unleashed.
Is the door locked?
You'll help advance the 3 core principles of education, empowerment, and enrichment to the LGBTQ community and its allies. Go to www.relationshipunleashed.com on the World Wide Web, relationshipunleashed.com. All donations are tax deductible. Come on, join the movement. By the way, I don't need a badge or a gun. I carry a microphone, bub.
Join the Cathedral Praise Church of Memphis Incorporated each Sunday at 12:30 p.m. for our Spirit-filled worship service and each Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. for our Bible study. You do not want to miss these power-packed services. We are a church for all people, and we welcome you as we transform the Memphis culture. The church is located inside Bun Presbyterian Church at 561 South Prescott Street, Memphis, Tennessee. I'm Dr. Darnell Gooch Jr., Senior Pastor of the Cathedral Praise Church of Memphis Incorporated, and I hope to see you there.
She got her earphones on.
Condoms are free from Planned Parenthood and their friends all over town.
Nothing sexier than free.
How many seconds left?
Free condoms.
22 seconds.
Maybe 35 to 40. You got another break.
Oh, another break.
Sex?
Hey,
Talk
Jay.
about condoms at freecondomsmemphis.org. Get
ahead,
some before you get some. freecondomsmemphis.org.
Somebody has to call in, I'll let you know. Let me turn it off on my
Go
keyboard.
get tested for HIV/AIDS because HIV/AIDS has become the 3rd leading cause of death among African Americans between the ages of 25 and 34. Even more surprising is the fact that this disease has become the leading cause of death for African American women between the ages of 25 and 34. The spread of HIV/AIDS is the single greatest health crisis
So it should work now.
African Americans.
Hey, Joe Money.
I've been moving kind of side of trouble with me. Trying to keep it peaceful, it's a struggle for me. Don't pull up at 6 a.m. and cuddle with me. You know how I like it when you loving on me. Yeah, I don't wanna die for them to miss me. Yes, I see the things that they wishing on me. Hope I got some brothers that'll live me.
And we're back. This is the Only Voice Radio Show live on KW89 Talk Radio. The new voice. The new voice. The new voice. Well, we educate and empower and reach the community. And we're back.
And we're back. Hey, listen up. Jump on over to Eventbrite and search in the window the Curvy Culture Fashion Show. That's going to be March 25th.
Eventbrite?
Yeah, at Eventbrite, where you can purchase your tickets. We want people to purchase their tickets. It's going to be held at the Rumble Room. And it's by LT Presents, where everybody is beautiful. And before the show is over, we're going to be giving away some lucky person 2 tickets to that event for that night. It's going to be a dynamic evening where they're going to bring out all of the spring fashions. It's a curvy culture fashion show where everybody is beautiful that particular night by LT Presents. So it's a great event. We want you to go over there and get your early bird tickets before they go off sale. Also, tomorrow, you need to be at the Claiborne Temple between 12 and 6 p.m. They're going to be live music by Jerome Chisholm, Courtney Little, Stephanie Bolton is going to be in the house. Rain or shine, this event will go on. And it's presented by Cynthia Daniels and Company. So all of you ticket holders, be looking for us, the Unleashed Voice. We're going to be in that thing tomorrow. It's a great time. Memphis is kicking off. We hope you all are enjoying Black Restaurant Week. It started last week on the 5th, and it runs until tomorrow. And also, you can keep going afterwards, because hopefully you found a place. I went to the office for the first time Monday. That's a shame. So I was there. I had a great lunch, great atmosphere. I will be going back. And had it not been for Black Restaurant Week, I would not have gone, because I really didn't even know about it. I heard about it, but not enough enthusiasm about it to go. So now I went for myself, found a good place to go to put my money in and support the economic development and advancement of Black restaurant owners. And I think it should go to all aspects of business. Black hairstylists, Black shop at the salon of boutique week, black restaurant magazine week, support a black non-profit week.
But what if the boutique in their kitchen?
Hey,
you can start somewhere.
Go to the beauty shop week. Get your hair braided, black braider week. You know what I mean?
I'm not getting my hair cut in nobody's bathroom.
I will.
Okay. I did that in college.
Get the color too. But let's get to our guests and let's get to our great questions. Who are the questions up with?
So in the beginning of the show, I briefly discussed this proposal to prohibit judges from passing this bill that would allow judges to reduce inmates' time for sterilization, and that was ridiculous. And it's just sad the kind of stuff that these, I almost said a curse word, these people propose and put forth for voting or even for consideration. You know, that is ridiculous.
For our community.
Yeah.
And did you read the comment that the judge said the reason that he proposed this bill?
What did he say?
He said he wanted people with drug addictions to stop having kids.
Yeah, to break the vicious cycles.
Right.
You know, of repeat drug offenders with children.
So, Cherisse, our question to you today is that, because I know you were very instrumental in talking about this with Representative Akbari. What would this have looked like if proponents for reproductive justice would not have stepped in?
Well, I think that, I don't want to definitely take full credit for anything. I want to say that I want to give the credit to Representative Akbari for, having the forethought and the leadership to propose a bill that would protect, some of Tennessee's most vulnerable people. I definitely, this is something that SisterReach has been working on and bringing, light to, because we recognize that we live in a state that still, does not trust anybody, but especially vulnerable people, especially folks
Black.
Well, exactly, and folks who are marginalized. We still are dealing with a public health community that is also a bit slower to trust us to make the best decisions for ourselves, our families, and our communities. And for us, at SisterReach, I think the biggest piece that we've been wanting to lift and that we will continue to try to lift, because it's one thing for the bill to pass, it's another thing for it to kind of go into effect, right? Like how will it be applied? And I think though we talk about the fact that there was the White County incident, there are over 91 counties in the state of Tennessee that had a similar type of a program.
What?
Whether or not it was an exchange of a reduced sentence, the bottom line is that women and men are being coerced and sterilized in the state of Tennessee. And that's something that we've got to bring light to in a very real way, and not only just kind of bring a general light to it, but to continue to lift up the kind of historic pieces around slavery and the way that this has continued to grow, in our communities, that, the culture in which we've been having children, the fact that Tennessee still, even in this moment, has not expanded Medicaid, has not, made sure that there are enough behavioral health clinics across the state, still have not enforced any type of support of comprehensive sexuality education, which focuses on risky behavior practices, including alcohol and drug usage. If we don't want people to use drugs, if we don't want people to practice risky behavior, which leads to things like unprotected sex or rape or, some variation of sexual assault, then we've got to empower people, we've got to educate people. So, a shout out to Senator Kelsey and to Representative Akbari for their bipartisan effort. I think that it really shows some really important teamwork on both sides of the situation, and I'm glad to know that there are conservatives who are also concerned about folks' reproductive rights as much as there are Democrats. But I still think it's important for us to continue this conversation across the state, because that's a bill, and we appreciate it, and we're glad that it's in effect, but we still want to shift the culture of people's minds and make sure that people really take into account, what this really looks like when we talk about drug addiction. We can't just kind of talk about the surface of drug addiction, but we've got to talk about what leads people to use drugs. What's going on in people's, social environments that perpetuate these types of things. There's all types of things, and especially especially lifting up the fact that there were, this was an issue that was really being saturated in East Tennessee among rural white women initially using opioids, right? Yep. And so, however, though, the majority of the folks who were getting arrested for it were black women here in Memphis. Right, so this is the, so the same thing with the fetal assault law. This is the fallout of the fetal assault law, and this is also what happens when, because the law was stopped, which is definitely a part of the work that SisterReach was a part of, and making sure that we were there to help to shut down the fetal assault law. And even now we're at the tail end of doing some really important research to see how that law impacted women across the state of Tennessee. And now we see it's grown out into how it's affected men in our state as well. And it comes down to folks trying to make a judgment call on who is and is not, quote unquote, deserving or appropriate to have children, as opposed, and we're talking about drug addiction as an illness. Folks aren't waking up like, today I think I'm gonna be a crackhead. Like, that's not what people are waking up trying to be. People aren't trying to wake up being strung out on Vicodin. People aren't, this is not how people are living life. These are factors that come from being hurt on the job, being in a car accident, being the victim of domestic violence, even using something recreationally, and before you know it, you have an addiction issue. So we've been trying to lift up the compassion piece, and again, we absolutely cannot take credit for this amazing bill, but we really want to give a shout out to our always the homie, always an amazing legislator, Representative Akbari, for her awesome work on not only introducing this bill, but getting co-sponsorship across the aisle for this bill to become law.
If you want to talk,
Lee Harris was co-sponsor of the bill.
Because it had to go because it was in committee and then it had to go before the Senate. So shout out to Lee Harris, Senator Lee Harris, for his work as well. We gotta, and this is why it's important for us to keep folks who believe in our people in the Tennessee State Legislature. This is why it's important for us to get out and vote. I'm never going to stop saying we got to go vote, y'all. We have to vote. We've got to make sure that our voices are heard. So absolutely, we appreciate this team effort from our Tennessee State Legislature. I want to be able to brag on my legislature for doing amazing things, and so this feels good to know that there's something in effect that's going to help folks and is going to thwart these types of actions against some of our most vulnerable people in the state.
So if you want to get in this conversation, the number here in the studio is 901-260-5926. Again, the number is 901-260-5926. And so we made it to our second break, and we're going to continue this conversation on reproductive justice. And like you said, we do need to register to vote. I think the deadline for registration is in April for the election.
For the primary.
I'll get the date when I come back, but I think it's in April. So we'll be right back after this pause for the College of Live show on KW 89 Radio. Right back.
Watch. Prezi Plain Jane, Yamagini Jane, rest in peace to my superior. Hermes nigga feed a village in Liberia. TMZ taking pictures cause they my hysteria. Mama see me on BT and start tearing up. I'ma start getting niggas, how you get that truck? I attended Harlem picnics when you risked your life. Uncle used to skim work, selling niggas at night. I was only 8 years old, watching Nick at night.
Join the Cathedral Praise Church of Memphis Incorporated each Sunday at 12:30 p.m. for our Spirit-filled worship service, and each Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. for our Bible study. You do not want to miss these power-packed services. We are a church for all people, and we welcome you as we transform the Memphis culture. The church is located inside Bun Presbyterian Church at 561 South Prescott Street, Memphis, Tennessee. I'm Dr. Darnell Goose Jr., Senior Pastor of the Cathedral Praise Church of Memphis Incorporated, and I hope to see you there.
This is the city. This is their story. Some names have been changed.
In April sometime.
So many lives have been changed too. They're going to give you the facts, just the facts. Some call this a city of crime. When they're done, it's going to be the city that cares a lot. This is the city, Memphis, Tennessee, where fearless, inspired, on-fire, hungry rabble of revolutionaries has transformed hearts and minds. Not with weapons, but with their own brand of compassion, integrity, and hard work.
I need y'all to register to vote. The deadline is April the 2nd.
It's easy.
April 2nd. Get your paper in. April 2nd. Register to vote for the primary in August.
Sterilization, revelation.
Hey, when is the primary in August? August the what? I need the date of the primary election. I think it's like August 24th.
And its allies. Go to
somebody send me the primary date for August.
Unleashed.com on the world.
Last day.
Unleashed.com.
Last day to register. I need the primary date.
By the way, I don't need a badge or a gun. I carry a microphone, Bob.